Hello dear students, welcome back in class 9th chemistry. Students, I hope that you all are hale and hearty. I also hope that you all are studying sincerely. Let's continue chapter 3, Atoms and Molecules, part 4. In today's lecture, you will study in detail about chemical formulae, valency and charges of some common ions, rules of writing chemical formulae, examples of chemical formulae of molecular compounds and ionic compounds. Students, in the previous lecture, you have learnt about molecules, molecules of elements and molecules of compounds like hydrogen chloride, water, ammonia, calcium chloride, sodium chloride, etc. Now let's see how to write the chemical formulae of these compounds. But before that, tell me one thing. What is easy for you to write? The long words of the names of compounds like hydrogen chloride, or short formulae of these compounds like HCl for hydrogen chloride, NaCl for sodium chloride, CaCO3 for calcium carbonate. Okay, you must say it is easy to write chemical formulae of these compounds rather than writing the long names of these compounds. So let's learn what is chemical formula. The chemical formula of a compound is a symbolic representation of its composition, or you can say that it is the shorthand representation of the name of a molecule in the terms of the symbols of the constituting atoms. For example, the chemical formula of hydrogen chloride is HCl. The chemical formula of sodium chloride, that is common salt, is NaCl. The chemical formula of calcium carbonate is CaCO3, etc. Now, let's see what is required to write these chemical formulae. First, the symbols of atoms of elements. Students, I'm sure that now you all must be knowing about symbols of many atoms because we have already discussed and learned these symbols in our previous lecture. And the second is combining capacity of elements, that is their valency. Students, I have already discussed with you all in detail about valency and how it is calculated. You can watch that video again and revise the topic valency. Let us see the definition of valency and the significance of valency. The combining power or the combining capacity of an element is known as valency. Valency can be used to find out how the atoms of elements will combine with the atoms of another element to form a compound. And this is done by sharing, gaining, or losing valence electrons. The number of electrons gained, lost, or shared in order to complete their octet in valence shell directly gives us the valency, that is the combining capacity of the element. Students, let us learn about the combining capacity of an element, that is valency, with the help of an interesting example given in your science textbook in this chapter. Look at this picture. Can you tell whose picture it is? Yes, it is an octopus. How many arms does an octopus have? Yes, you are right. 8 arms. How many arms we as human beings have? Yes, we have 2 arms. Now students, if one octopus has to catch hold a few human beings in such a way that its all 8 arms and both two arms of human beings are locked. Then how many human beings do you think this octopus can hold? Yes, you can see from this picture that there are four human beings. Each with two arms hold the eight arms of octopus in this picture. Let us represent this octopus with O and humans with H. Can you write the formula of this combination? It comes out to be OH4. The subscript 4 indicates that octopus O requires 4 human beings to lock its 8 arms with 2 arms of each human being. In the same way, valency can be used to find out how the atoms of elements will combine with the atoms of another element to form a compound. So, the valency of the atom of an element can be thought of as hands or arms of that atom. Valency of an ion is same as the charge carried by that ion. Let us see valencies of some common ions, that is cations and anions, given in this table. Students, see the list of some common cations that are positively charged ions, which are categorized as monovalent ions, bivalent ions, trivalent ions. Monovalent. Mono means one. The ions which have +1 charge. Bivalent. Bi means two. The ions which have +2 charge. Trivalent. Ions which have +3 charge. So, see in this column the monovalent ions having +1 charge or whose valency is 1. Sodium ion Na1 plus, potassium ion K1 plus, silver ion Ag1 plus, cuprous ion Cu1 plus, lithium ion Li1 plus, hydrogen ion H1 plus, ammonium ion NH4 plus. See in this column there are bivalent ions having charge +2 or whose valency is 2. Magnesium ion Mg2 plus, calcium ion Ca2 plus, zinc ion Zn2 plus, cupric ion Cu2 plus, manganese ion Mn2 plus, ferrous ions Fe2 plus, stannous ions, that is tin, stannous, Sn2 plus. And in this column, see trivalent ions having charge +3 or whose valency is 3. Aluminium ion Al3 positive, ferric ion Fe3 positive. Students, you must have seen in this table that there are some elements that have more than one valency, like cuprous ion Cu1 plus, cupric ion Cu2 plus, ferrous ion Fe2 plus, ferric ion Fe3 plus. Here you can also see polyatomic ion like ammonium ion NH4 1 plus. Polyatomic ion is the ion consisting of group of atoms carrying a single charge. Students, this table is very important. Learn all these cations with their charges and valency sincerely in order to make correct chemical formulae. Now let us see list of some common anions that are negatively charged ions. These are also monovalent carrying -1 charge or 1 valency, bivalent carrying -2 charge or 2 valency, trivalent carrying -3 charge or 3 valency. Let's see monovalent ions, hydride ions. Symbol H1 negative, chloride ion Cl negative, bromide ion Br1 negative, iodide ion I1 negative, hydroxide ion OH 1 negative, hydrogen carbonate, or it can be also called bicarbonate ion, HCO3 1 negative, nitrite ion NO2 1 negative, nitrate ion NO3 1 negative, bivalent ions carrying -2 charge, carbonate ions CO3 2 negative, sulfite ion SO3 2 negative, sulfate ion SO4 2 negative, sulfide ion S2 negative, oxide ion O2 negative. See trivalent anions carrying -3 charge, phosphate ion PO4 3 negative, nitride ion N3 negative. So students, you can see some polyatomic ions are also listed in this table. For example, hydroxide ion OH negative. It is a group of two atoms, oxygen and hydrogen, carries a single one negative charge. What is the atomicity of this ion? As it carries two atoms, oxygen and hydrogen, so atomicity is 2. And this is polyatomic ion, group of two atoms carrying one charge, one negative. Hydrogen carbonate or bicarbonate ion, again it is polyatomic. Let's calculate the number of atoms present in this ion. 1 H, 1 carbon, 3 oxygen atoms. So total number of atoms in HCO3 are 5. So atomicity of hydrogen carbonate or bicarbonate is 5. See nitrite ion NO2 1 negative. Nitrite, if it is nitrite, it is NO2 negative. If it is nitrate 8, then it is NO3 1 negative. And what is atomicity of nitrite ion? 1 nitrogen atom, 2 oxygen atom. So atomicity is 3. And then nitrate ion, what is the atomicity of nitrate ion? Just calculate the number of atoms. 1 nitrogen and 3 oxygen atom. So 1 plus 4 is equal to 4. So its atomicity is 4. And these all are the examples of polyatomic ions. Students, you can see one more polyatomic ion listed in this table, in this column, that is phosphate ion. What is the formula of phosphate ion? That is PO4 3 negative. And how many number of atoms are present in this phosphate ion? Yes, 1 phosphorus atom and 4 oxygen atom. So total number of atoms in this phosphate ions are 5. So what is the atomicity of this phosphate ion? 5. Clear? So students, in the exam you can be asked to write the symbol of the particular ion with their charge, or to calculate the number of atoms present in the given polyatomic ion. So students, I hope that it is clear to all that these are some common anions or negatively charged ions, and you have to learn this table sincerely in order to write the chemical formulae correctly, right? Now students, let us learn how to write the chemical formula with the help of symbols of atoms of elements and their valencies. The simplest compounds, which are made up of two different elements, are called binary compounds. And for writing chemical formula of molecular compounds, we write first their constituent elements and their valencies. Students, remember one thing. While writing the formulae for the compounds containing two non-metals, we write the symbols of their constituent elements and their valencies. We do not write their charges because they form compounds by sharing their valencies or valence electrons. And then we cross over the valency of their combining atoms and form the formula. Let's see with the help of one example. Example of hydrogen chloride. It consists of two nonmetals, one hydrogen and other chlorine atom. First, write the symbols of the constituent elements. H for hydrogen and chlorine, Cl for chloride. Then write the valency of their elements. Hydrogen has one valency, chlorine has one valency. Now cross over the valency of these two combining atoms. In this way, we get the formula for hydrogen chloride as H1 and Cl1. When subscript is 1, there is no need to write subscript. We simply write HCl. So formula for hydrogen chloride is HCl. See another example, formation of hydrogen sulfide. Again, it consists of two nonmetals. So write the symbols of the constituent elements in hydrogen sulfide. Symbol of hydrogen H, symbol of sulfide S. Then write their valencies. Valency of hydrogen is 1, valency of sulfide ion is 2. So cross over their valencies and we get the formula H2S1. So again there is no need to write S1. So formula comes out to be H2S. It is the formula of hydrogen sulfide. Now see one more example of water molecule H2O. Again it consists of two nonmetals, hydrogen and oxygen. So write the symbol for hydrogen H and oxygen O. Write their valency. Valency of hydrogen is 1. Valency of oxide ion 2. So cross over their valencies and we get formula H2O1. H2O1. Again there is no need to write subscript 1. So formula comes out to be H2O for water molecule. See one more example. Carbon tetrachloride. Now you tell me, in carbon tetrachloride, what are the names of the constituent elements? Yes, you are right. It is one carbon and other is chloride, means chlorine atom. It comes from chlorine atom. So we write the symbol of carbon and chlorine. Then what is the next step? To write their valency. So what is the valency of carbon? You know, valency of carbon is 4 and valency of chlorine, chloride ion is 1. Then cross over their valencies. 4 goes to chlorine and 1 goes to carbon. So what will be the formula for carbon tetrachloride? That is CCl4. Means 1 carbon atom and 4 chlorine atoms. Tetra means 4. Tetrachloride means 4 chlorine atoms combined with 1 carbon atom and form carbon tetrachloride, CCl4. What is the formula of carbon tetrachloride? CCl4. Now let us learn about rules for writing a chemical formula of ionic compounds. First, the valency or charge on the ions must be balanced. As an ionic compound consists of a metal and a non-metal, so the name or the symbol of the metal is written first, followed by the name or the symbol of the non-metal. For example, calcium oxide CaO, sodium chloride NaCl. In these two formulae, calcium and sodium are metals and written first, whereas oxygen and chloride or chlorine atom are non-metals, they are written later. Students, see one more thing. If in the chemical formula of a compound consists of polyatomic ions, then the ion is enclosed in a bracket before writing a number to indicate the ratio. Let us see with the help of this example. Aluminium sulfate Al2SO4 thrice. How it is formed? First of all, see the ions present in this ionic compound. Aluminium ion and sulfate ion. Aluminium ion comes from metal aluminium and sulfate ions come from non-metal. What is the formula of or the symbol of aluminium ions? That is Al plus 3 And what is the symbol of sulfate ion? SO4 minus 2. What is the charge on aluminium ion? Plus 3. What is the charge on sulfate ion? Minus 2. So by crisscross method, we can get the formula of aluminium sulfate. Here you can see that the plus 3 goes to this whole sulfate and its minus 2 will go to aluminium. So by crisscross method we get Al2SO4 thrice. Now this SO4 is a polyatomic ion in this compound, and before this ion is enclosed in a bracket, that is sulfate ion is enclosed in a bracket. Before writing, the 3 number comes from aluminium and goes to sulfate. So sulfate, because this 3 is meant for sulfur and oxygen, and that is why it is common to both sulfur and oxygen, that is why it is written in bracket, and the formula comes out to be Al2SO4 thrice. How do we pronounce it? Al2SO4 thrice. Now students, you can practice of writing these type of chemical formulae by taking one more example, that is ammonium phosphate. In this there are two ions, ammonium ions and phosphate ions. Ammonium ion, symbol of ammonium ion is NH4 1 plus, and symbol of phosphate ion PO4 3 negative. So we first write the ions, cations and anions present in ammonium phosphate, as cation is ammonium ion and anion is phosphate ion. Just like this, aluminium is cation, aluminium ion is cation and sulfate ion is anion. Similarly here, ammonium ion is NH4 1 plus is cation and PO4 3 negative is anion. Then we write the charge. Ammonium ion has 1 plus and phosphate ion has minus 3. Then by crisscross method we get this formula NH4 thrice PO4, because 3 number comes from phosphate, goes to this whole NH4. That is why it is written within bracket, and this subscript 3 is written after bracket. And NH4 has 1 plus, it goes to whole PO4. But in case the number of polyatomic ion is 1, then the bracket is not required. So we do not write or do not put any bracket around this phosphate ion. So this comes out to be NH4 thrice PO4. Same way you can see one more example, NaOH. In NaOH, sodium ion form cation and OH form anion, Na positive and OH negative. You can see their ions from the tables which we have discussed in the previous slides. You can see their charges, but you have to learn, you have to memorize these charges or valencies of various ions. It's very important to learn the two tables of cations and anions to write the correct formulae. Now let us practice some more examples of writing chemical formulae of ionic compounds by crisscross method. See in this example, sodium carbonate. First write the symbol of constituent ions. First write cations, which is from metals, and then write anions, which is formed from non-metals. Then write the charges. What is the charge on sodium ion? That is plus 1. And what is the charge of carbonate ion? That is minus 2. Then crisscross their charges and get the formula Na2CO3. Now see another example of zinc sulfide. Write the symbols of constituent ions. First write the cations formed from metals, and then anions formed from non-metals. Zinc, charge of zinc plus 2, charge of sulfide minus 2, And after crisscross method, by crisscrossing their charges, we get the formula Zn2S2. But there is, as the subscripts are similar, so there is no need to write the subscript if they are similar, and the formula comes out to be Zns, and it is named as zinc sulfide. Now see one more example, aluminium oxide. Again, write the symbol of their constituent ions, aluminium ions, and its charge is +3. Oxide ion, its charge is -2. Then by crisscross their charges, we get the formula Al2O3. Now see another example, calcium nitrate, and write the symbols of ions. First write the symbol of cation, that is calcium with charge +2, and nitrate ion, which is an anion. Its symbol is NO3 with charge 1 negative or -1, and on crisscrossing their charges we get the formula CaNO3 twice. Now students, answer some questions given on page 39 of chapter 3 in your science textbook as blueprint questions. Write the formulae of following compounds: formula of sodium oxide, aluminium chloride, sodium sulfide, magnesium hydroxide. Students, if you have practiced enough, then you can write chemical formulae directly. But if it is asked in exams to show formation of chemical formula by crisscross method, then you have to show these chemical formulae by crisscross method only. Otherwise, you can write these formulae directly. Formula of sodium oxide, Na2O. Formula of aluminium chloride, AlCl3. Formula of sodium sulfide, Na2S. Formula of magnesium hydroxide, MgOH twice. You can write the formula of these compounds directly, or you can show by crisscross method by writing their symbols, charge, and then form the formula. Now see another question. Question number 2. Write down the names of compounds represented by formulae Al2SO4 thrice. It is aluminium sulfate, CaCl2 calcium chloride, K2SO4 potassium sulfate, KNO3 potassium nitrate, CaCO3 calcium carbonate. See question number 3. What is meant by term chemical formula? Students, I am sure that you have learned the definition of chemical formula. Yes, what is the definition of chemical formula? The chemical formula of a compound is a symbolic representation of its composition, or it is the shorthand representation of the name of a molecule in terms of the symbols of the constituting atoms. For example, formula of sodium chloride NaCl, chemical formula of calcium carbonate CaCO3. You can write examples of other compounds also. Now see one more question. Question number 4. How many atoms are present in H2S molecule? So calculate. 2 hydrogen, 1 sulfur forms H2S molecule. So total number of atoms in H2S 3. 2 hydrogen atoms, 1 sulfur atom. Total number of atoms are 3. Now calculate total number of atoms in PO4 3 negative ion. We have already discussed in the previous slide. PO4, it consists of 1 phosphorus atom and 4 oxygen atom. So total number of atoms in PO4 3 negative are 5. Now see one more question given in the exercise part of chapter 3 on page 44, question number 5. Give the names of the elements present in the following compounds. First, quicklime. It is a common name and its chemical name is calcium oxide. It is chuna. It is used in whitewashing. So what are the elements present in calcium oxide, quicklime? These are calcium and oxygen. Second, hydrogen bromide. In hydrogen bromide, the elements are hydrogen and bromine. Baking powder, again it is a common name, and chemical name is sodium hydrogen carbonate. It is meetha soda, sodium hydrogen carbonate or sodium bicarbonate, and the elements present in it are sodium, hydrogen, carbon and oxygen. In carbonate, because carbonate is made up of carbon and oxygen, so the elements see once again sodium, hydrogen, carbon and oxygen in sodium hydrogen carbonate, that forms baking powder. Potassium sulfate, elements are potassium, sulfur and oxygen, because sulfate is made up of sulfur and oxygen. So elements in potassium sulfate, potassium, sulfur and oxygen. So students, this is all for today's lecture. Thank you and have a nice day.